the Pendleonium, which, well, I had to call it something, and this seemed like a good enough name. This one's been around for a while. It was actually the first Sounddust hybrid instrument, and this one is built out of, see if you can guess. This is what it can sound like. Can sound like that, but it can also sound like this. And it can also sound like this. Right. And one more, it can sound a little bit like this. So it's got a lot of possibilities. It can go from kind of dusty, dirty, kind of post-rocky almost pad loveliness to kind of quite twangy Twin Peaks. In fact, there's Twin Peaks. And there's Two Peaks. Etc. So, okay, cut to the chase. It's made from, here are the instruments at the top. It's made from baritone guitars. These are two separately recorded amped baritone guitars. You get a clean one and a dirty one. Then you've got the Roland Space Echo 501 chorused baritone guitar. So this is put through hardcore Roland chorusing with all the appropriate noise that goes with it. Then you've got two Fernandez Sustainer, which are kind of infinite guitars. They're like guitars with built-in E-bass. E-bass? Built-in E-bows. Oh, look, there's one now. Oh, look, there's a Danelectro. And then you've got this fella here, which is the broken viola. Hi. Stuck through a very wet, complete, stuck through a wet Vermona retroverb, spring reverb. So it's kind of completely springed, whatever you want to call it. Let's put those all together. Might sound a bit nasty because this isn't a preset. Put it all together. Got a lot of nice possibilities. I'll quickly go through the controls. They're similar for each one. So you've got, let's just go take all these off. So this is pure, straight, infinite guitar. And that'll loop forever, infinitely, in fact. You've got, per instrument, you've got an octave control. So you can take it up or down an octave. Pick the wrong one because this dot here is for the next one. Whether there's a dot, it means there's also a guitar amp you can add in. So you've got, on top of the audio recorded signal, you can reamp it as well. I won't demonstrate that just yet because that's on there. Volume control. This one here is the sample start. Get rid of some of these effects actually. Oh, sample start. So you can add in a little bit of quite nice there actually, isn't it? Or you can have the fade, more of a fade in. Also handy if you kind of match, change the sample starts. If you're using more than one, you can move the sample starts around to get kind of a more interesting start to your note. Okay, below there, you've got pan modulation. And you can choose the BPM synced speed there from 64ths to multiplications of that. So if you got anything kind of even numbered, will fit in nicely with your track. And that's the amount there. Then you've got oh, missed out pan. You know, good old pan. Control click or put it back again. Then you've got tremolo, which is basically volume modulation. Turn it up there. That's the amount. Speed. It's quite nice to have volume and pan modulating at slightly different speeds. Then we've got, this is your ADSR, your attack, decay, release and sustain. You've also got the shape, you can select the shape of the attack. So if you're doing a fade, you can do slightly different things with that. It's quite nice with really slow fades as well. So notes really build. Here it comes. You know what I mean? I've also got the mod wheel routed directly to the amount of tremolo. So you can do things like that, which is nice. Let's do another one. Just take that off. So there's lots of really, it's just with one of them. You can do really nice things. Okay, so let's make it a bit faster attack. There you go. You've got below that, you've got a low, high pass, cuts off low frequencies, and a high pass, cuts off low frequencies. Below that, you've got a vibrato amount, which is a kind of pitch wobble. You go really fast, you're in that kind of territory. And let's take off some of this reverb as well. Or slower, you can go for the kind of Paws of Canada wooziness. Below that, you've got chorus, same thing, drag it up for the amount. And that's also BPM synced, like everything else. And that turns it off altogether. Below that, you've got a Convolution Reverb with 20, I think it is, reverb possibilities. Let's just put a funky one up. Drag up there for the amount of reverb send. So all of these, all these controls apply to each of the 6 different sounds. And then at the bottom of that, oops, let's turn that off. Then you've got a delay send, which relates directly over here. So you can turn that up, turn it on and off there. Oh no, wrong one. There you go. So you've got feedback damping, etc. So you can do okay, so that applies to each of these sounds, has similar control. So let's just try this fella here. Close that. Here we go. Let's do a fade in. Take some of that stuff off. Loop control here. The infinite guitars don't have a loop point or a loop length controller because they don't need it. They just sound really nice anyway. And things get interesting when you start adding these things together. I have no idea what this is going to sound like. See what I mean? And it's quite nice having the different kind of BPM synced tremolo-y things going with different loop points as well. Let's kind of get some interesting stuff out of that. Over here we've got insert effects. Now these go directly, if they were going down here, they would go to here next. So we've got dirt, which just adds some kind of overall tape messiness. We've also got this evil thing here called filth. If I turn this off here, it's very evil. We can just turn it off there. That won't probably be used that often, but sometimes it'll be perfect. And in these things, turn them on and off here. EQ, you basically got a bass, middle and treble. And an overall volume control. So if you're really boosting the bass, you can then kind of match up your volumes again. Or if you want to make it a bit more crepuscular. Then we have the good old rotor, the Leslie simulator. We've got a mix and speed. It's nice sometimes just to add a little bit of it, just to kind of get a hint. You can get quite swirly quite quickly. Then we've got an insert, a reverb insert. So this comes directly after all of these effects. So if you put lots of dirt on, then that will go through the reverb. And then you've got wet and dry controls here. So you can set it 100% wet with a short pre-delay and not much damping. Let's take some of that vibrato and chorus off. See what I mean? And down here we've got the send effects, which I mentioned earlier. These kind of, in the scheme of things, which I can actually show you. Look, here are the instruments. So that's your Danelectro baritone guitar. There's your knackered viola. There's the Fernandez sustainer. Go to effects. This gives you a kind of routing thing, so that the inserts come before the sound goes. Sorry, the sends are sent before the sound hits the effect. So you can kind of, that's why there's so many different reverb possibilities, because then you can kind of reverb and things like that. Yeah, so everything I've just gone through is kind of explained here as well, hopefully. So that actually is it, because I think I've gone through everything. You've also got a page of, you can do fake round robins, and you can also change the velocity curve, which is handy in many interesting ways, from expansion to compansion. So I'll quickly play a few presets just so you get more of an idea, and that's it. Bob's your uncle. Oh, here's one, Sizology. This uses the nasty filth control. And a lot of reverb. A lot of these the sounds are really worth holding because stuff will happen. Oh yes, and there's kind of piano-y things. See, I mean, that'll do. So, infinite guitars, baritone guitars, and loads of spring and tape stuff equals loveliness. Thank you very much. Bye bye.